We are live! What's going on, guys? Nightmare here, and today, back with another video with Varix. Today we're just going to do a beginner's guide tier list for legends, best legends for beginners, basically. And this tier list is basically gonna be ranked on how easy it is to build these characters with, like, team building, free to play units to run with them, how easy it is to go through all the beginning stuff, and then intermediate stuff, and then going through harder stuff, and then what else? Just the unit overall as well, I say, maybe. But yeah, do you want to say anything before we start, Varix?
Nah, bro, I've already said all I wanted to say in the bloopers.
Right. Alright, where do you want to start? At the bottom, or do you want to just start at the top?
Nah, yeah, at the bottom.
Alright, so first we're going to start with the bottom. And what we were talking about beforehand, we just had a B. We just went from B all the way to SS. So in B tier, we are just going to put V2 Akainu, where is he? Jack. It'll go up.
Yeah, V2 Sabo.
Yeah, VT Sabo as well, Korean Sabo, whatever you want to call him. Anything except for V3 Sabo.
And now and Frankie.
Anel and Frankie. Alright, where's Anel?
B.
Oh no, I was looking for him on the list because it's like different here. Frankie.
Oh.
Where's Frankie plus? Frankie. There he is. So yeah, these are B tier captains. They're all like 3x captains except for Sabo and Anel and Akainu. Akainu's 3.25 captain. Sabo is a 3. No, he goes up to like 4x, like 4.2, right? After you kill like 6 enemies per turn, and then Anel is 3.75, correct?
3 point. Let me make sure.
Alright.
I think he is, yeah.
Alright, but
Yeah.
alright, cool.
But it depends.
Yeah, but I was saying that these are probably like B tier captains just because they're all really good characters, but they all are a little bit dependent. Akainu is a bit dependent on perfects, which isn't really a bad thing, but sometimes when there's like more than 2 turns of like a great or good hit barrier, then it can be a little bit difficult for him to clear content, but he's still overall really good legend. Not used too much nowadays, but he's still, for early game, a really solid captain. He does, later on the content, he has a little bit of reliance on V2 Shanks for his attack boosts and chain boosts, but overall he's still relatively good without Shanks. Jack, he's a 3x captain, and he is similar to Neptune. If you've seen any Neptune gameplay, they usually rely on like Magellan and V2 Katakuri sub to clear a lot of harder content, but for a lot of mid and easy tier content, you can still clear a lot of stuff really nice with Jack, since he's a 3x captain. Sabo, he's really good, but the only things, in my opinion, that hold him back is that he has the V1 LKG effect, where you have to kill someone every turn and you're not really allowed to stall, especially on harder content, which will make him really difficult for... No, not really difficult, but it could be difficult for beginner players, but later on he can be a lot easier to play with. But especially for beginner players, since you guys don't will most likely not have max specials. He can be a bit challenging to play around with. And then Nell, really great character. If you 6 plus him, of course, he's amazing, but um, getting a 3.7 boost after you eat like 2 meat orbs with him is really great. But the only thing that like sets him back are the new debuffs, which are the no special damage debuff and then the reset of the nuke abilities. Those are the only thing that really hold him back, and that he has like low HP as a captain, but overall really powerful. And then Frankie, he's really good. 3x captain overall for all the primary classes, slasher, fighter, shooter, and striker. Did I say slasher? And slasher as well. But yeah, team building with him is alright. He mostly boosts fighters as well, which is weird, but he's still a relatively really good captain overall. Anything you want to say?
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree on everything. With V2 Akainu, he's really reliant on that, especially for harder content. And even with his EOT damage, I don't think he puts out enough damage to even survive. Like with Cola Wars, I don't know if somebody's even tried that with him, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't make it. Jack, he's really good early game, and that's like really about it for early game, mid game. You never want to bring him to anything end game. Sabo was really solid though. I mean, 3 times cap and his special. I feel like a 3 times cap with that special is really good. Still pretty good. He'll still put out pretty good numbers even in tougher content. And that was just an L. And yeah, he got debuffed to hell. He was so good when he came out. When he got his 6 plus. And then Frankie, I mean, yeah, what she said. I don't like him.
Yeah. Oh, also Frankie, I don't know. His captain action is kind of trash. Like it's only 1 turn, and then it's really nice that he prevents blowaway. But like when you're doing stuff like raid Fujitora, and then it's like you can't even bring the protection to the next stage. It's just like you just gotta take it. And then like he also, if you're missing like 1 character in your crew, you're just like screwed. So it's like not fun. But yeah, that's about it for the B tiers. For the A tiers, we got a couple of good boys. We got our boy 6 plus Judge. Let me put this boy right here real quick. We have V2 Sanji. We have Big Mom 6 plus. Where is she? Right here. Capone. Where's Capone? Capone. Oh yeah, next is Zephyr. Plus Hawk V2, and then Sanji V1 plus. Where's Sanji? There he is. Alright. Alright, Judge. Really good character. He's a rainbow captain. Kind of forces you to run a full rainbow team because of his captain ability, which could be real kind of difficult. That's why he's in the A tier as opposed to the S tier, but he's still in a lot of situations really good. 2x attack booster for fighters, driven, and powerhouse characters, which is pretty good special overall. Changes all when he's a captain, changes all orbs to int, and also puts up 40% damage reduction for 2 turns, I believe, which is really nice. Overall, he's a really solid character. Only things holding him back, in my opinion, are just that he's forced to have all the colors. What was that?
Oh, it's 30%.
30%, yeah. 30%, it's alright. You can use it and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, having to bring all the colors is just one of the things that really holds him back from being like a S tier captain for this list. But still, really good character overall. And then next up we have VT Sanji, really great character. It has the highest damage multiplier in the game, tied with V2 Hawk. And he's a fighter captain. You need all 6 members to be fighters, which can be annoying since fighters don't really have all of the good subs, even though they do have a lot of good subs and they're getting them now with the V2 Ace batch, but they don't have subs that Free Spirits or Powerhouse and Strikers might have, so it can be a little annoying to run them. But another thing that he has a problem with is low HP. His special also is based on his HP, so if you're below, what was it, 50%, he can't do his attack boost anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing that's annoying about Sanji, but he's a really great unit still. 2.25 attack boosts for fighters, and he also removes his debuffs, which are chain lock and chain down, which is really great. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for Sanji V2. Big Mom, really great unit. She's a color captain for Strength, Quick, and Dex. I believe she's 3.5 for the crew and 4x to herself. Is that correct?
3.5 times the crew without eating a semlo, right?
I believe so.
3.75 without it. No. 3.5, yeah, you're right.
3.5 and then 3.75 if she eats one.
No, 3.75 if she's rampaged, and then 4.25 if she eats one.
Alright. Yeah. And then also she has a rampage ability where if you don't eat a similar orb, she becomes a 10x captain, which could be really nice in situations where you're against Dex content. And she also is really great. She gives herself an attack and orb boost, so you want her to enrage most of the time and then just use her to wash the content, which is really nice. Overall, really solid character. The only things that hold her back is that she is a strength character, so you can't bring her against quick content really well. Another thing that kind of is annoying with her is that she has like a 3-turn cooldown, if I remember correctly, before you like need to eat a similar orb or she'll enrage. And before 6+, she kind of struggled with that because she didn't have like similar orbs rated up, but now in her 6+, she does have them. But still, it can be a bit annoying to deal with the enrage. But overall, she's pretty solid. Capone, really great unit. Shooter captain. He's a 3.75 captain for all shooter characters, which is really nice. 2x attack boost, and he also has the big fodder ability, which gives him an extra HP bar basically, and you can like tank like 99 million damage hits with the big fodder ability and still live, which is really nice about Capone. Only things that hold him back are that he's shooters, and shooters don't really have a lot of good subs, so you'll have to like take subs out of other classes, but it still works with him because he's not restricted to only having shooters on his crew, which is really nice. We have Hawk. It's basically the same thing as Sanji. 6 slashers are needed on your crew, and basically the highest attack multiplier, like I said before. He's a chain boosting captain, which I should have said for Sanji, but they both are. He's a 2.25 orb boost, which is really nice. Only things that hold him back as well are that he is that he needs 6 slashers. Slashers don't really have the best subs, and then also he doesn't remove his debuffs unlike Sanji. And yeah, those are the only things holding him back. And then 6 plus Sanji V1 is really great. He is a 2.75 captain for the crew, but 3x to himself. And then if you use his captain action where he jumps in the air, he becomes a 8x captain, I believe. Isn't that right? He's like 8.2.
6 foot Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes 8.25, yeah.
Yeah, 8.25, which is really nice. His jump ability is really great for a lot of content. He can like smash content with just his jump alone, which is really cool. Only things that hold him back is that the 2.75 for the crew is a bit It can like hold you back a little bit, and then the jump ability, since it takes an additional turn and you can't like do it all in one turn, so it might be a little bit difficult because you might forget to jump, and then it's like, oh no, what can I do now? And then you get washed. But overall, he's still a really good captain. He still can clear a lot of recent content as well, so really great character. Is there anything you would like to input, Varix?
So, am I just gonna go across the legends that you talked about and just say what I say about?
I mean, you can.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, for Judge, he's really good, honestly. Just using all the colors is annoying, but he becomes like almost a 4 times cap if they have a matching orb, which is just fucking crazy. He makes negative orbs beneficial. He's an orb controller. He's a attack booster. He's a DR. He's like a damage reducer all in one unit. Like, it's just crazy how good he is. Just that little restriction holds him back. Sanji, man, he got debuffed to hell too. Like, it's annoying, man.
Yeah.
Just that HP restriction. They take off the HP restriction off his special. He's really good.
Yeah.
And Big Mom, I really just don't like how her rampage works. It's just kind of like you don't want it most of the time. And it's nice that she has like that orb, the Semla orb right up now, but I still feel like it's something you have to avoid a lot. And it's not worth really using her. I don't think so. Over other legends here.
Yeah.
Capone, Big Father is like the one thing about him that I say is his best quality, and it allows you to beat so much content. Like tanking death hits is just crazy. And the V2 Hawk, he's cool, but I consider him a worse V2 Sanji because he can't even get rid of any of the chain lock on his special.
Yeah.
Like, and in a trade-off for that, he takes the HP restriction off that V2 Sanji had, but he loses that way to counter his debuff. And 6 plus Sanji he's cleared a lot of recent content. He even clears like Colo Morley, which is like the worst Colo I've ever fucking seen. He clears him pretty easily, and that's just a testament to how strong of a unit he is. So yeah.
Alright. Time to move to the S tier. So the S tier has a whole bunch of big boys as well. We have Lucy, freaking goat still. Or do we have Whitebeard and Marco? I know some people are happy right now. We have V2 Shanks. Where's V2 Shanks? We have Luffy and Ace. Really strong contestant for here. We have Sabo and Koala. Where are they? There they are. And then we have Sanji and Judge. And then we have Neko and Inu. Let me put these boys up here. Alright, first off, Lucy. Really great unit. Color Captain was the first color captain that was really broken, actually. Man actually broke the game. Well,
Yeah,
he's a 3.71 captain, I believe, if I remember. That's his multiplier. He's great. He's a captain for Strength, Quick, and Dex. Really powerful unit. He's still used for a lot of content today. Not that much as a captain, however, but he's still a really great sub. 1.75 attack boost, and then if you hit 4 perfects in the following turn, he becomes a 2x attack boost for Strength, Quick, and Dex. So really powerful unit overall. You can pair up with a lot of recent characters as well, but I don't really count doing that. But Lucy on his own can still clear a lot of content, which is really great. And it just shows that even though he's still a really old character, that he still is a freaking monster. We have Whitebeard and Marco, who was the second dual legend to ever come on One Piece Treasure Cruise. Really great character. 4.25 captain for Psy and Int characters, and then Universal 3x captain for all other colors. Really great character. Swappability is really great. Changes own orb into meat orb, and then also makes the meat orb beneficial. Removes 1 turn of silence and also paralysis, which is really great. Still a really great character. I put them down in the S tier just because they are just slow in general. They can clear a lot of some content fast, but for the most part you're stalling, you're swapping every other turn just to tank hits and whatnot, so that's why they're in S tier, but they are still a really strong character overall. Next up we have V2 Shanks. Really great unit. If you have 4 of one type on your team, he is a 3.5 X captain. And 3.5 is actually really powerful. A lot of people sleep on 3.5, but 3.5 is still relatively good. If you don't have more than one color, 4 of one color, he's a 2.75 captain instead, but with using dual units with him, he can still work around a lot of content, which is really great for him. He's also a relatively older legend, but he still is really great. 2.25 attack boost for the predominant color or 4 colors is really powerful, and he also packs a 0.9 chain boost, which is really powerful. Just a really great unit overall. Next up we have Luffy and Ace, the first dual unit of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Really powerful unit. Their swap ability is still really great. Changes when they swap, they remove even the block orb or orb seal, and they give themselves a matching orb. Also removes all despair and also all paralysis on themselves, which is really great. They're 4.25 captain for free spirit characters, and they also give 2x orb boost and change color orbs into matching. Really powerful unit. They clear, I believe, everything so far that I've seen. I've seen Secretive clear everything with them. They're such a powerful unit. Even though they're so old, they still are pretty great. They have damage reduction and Luffy and as their base with a 3x captain, and then Ace is 3.5 if you have a matching orb, which is just, they're a really powerful unit. I really like their dual unit. Really great. Next up we have Sabo Koala, who is the new Luffy Ace basically. 4.25 captain for Cerebral and Free Spirit characters. Their swap ability is similar to Luffy and Ace. They completely remove despair and paralysis, and they also remove the... Do they remove swap orb seal in their swap? I forget.
make sure. I'm not sure. It just says changes their own orb into a magic.
Okay. I know they have orb seal as a limit break ability, but I'm not sure about
that.
that.
They do.
Alright.
Sure I remember it.
Alright, well, they also do the same thing, but then they also, in their swap ability, apply a 1.5 color affinity for free spirit and cerebral characters, which is just really powerful just because not a lot of units have a swap ability that apply like a damage effect, which is really great. So that's really great about them. They also remove the negative, completely remove the negative orb debuff, which is really great. They also are a 2.25 attack boost for free spirit and cerebral characters, so just a really powerful unit. The only things, actually, I don't know what they really suffer against. I guess free spirit not having too many new subs nowadays, but cerebral is really powerful, so I don't think they struggle too often, but they just aren't in the same tier as the ones in S plus and SS, I guess. Next up we have Sanji and Judge. Really
Oh,
powerful.
well,
Oh,
never mind.
oh, you were
Now, I
gonna
was
say
gonna say
something?
something about Sabakoala.
No, go for it. I'm not the
Now, I was
expert.
gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I mean, I like their captain in Duel, but honestly, like, remember when Boa said, me and Boa were saying that we don't like that whole adding a additive of 0.1x after each perfect in a row? We weren't a fan of that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just annoying. Like, if you hit a great, or a good, or anything besides a perfect, your damage does stuff, like, not a big deal, but it does make a good difference. Like, it's sizable. So that is like a weakness that they have.
Alright. What is their base? It's like 3x, right? Or
As a
3.5?
duel,
No, in solo.
Sabo has a 3.25, and Koala has a 3 times, and then she also does that 0.1x after each.
Okay. And do Sabo and Koala and Duel also have the point 0.5 thing?
The point 5? The point 1? You mean?
Well, what you were... Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They're base 4 times, and then 0.1 after each perfect.
Alright. See, I didn't know that. I'm not the expert on Sabo Koala. That's why I brought this guy here. He's here helping me out.
Bro,
Alright.
is Sheer Man on this list, bro?
Oh, sure, man. We'll talk about her in another video. But alright, let's get back to the juicy stuff. So we have the big boys, Sanji and Judge. Really great unit. They require 6 powerhouse units on their crew, which is their one weakness, just because powerhouse don't have the best subs in general, but they are still relatively really powerful. They, in their swap ability, they completely remove silence, and they also apply additional point 0.3 chain boost, I believe, which is really nice. And then in their special, they apply a 2x orb boost and a 2x attack boost for powerhouse characters. And then, oh yeah, and their swap ability as well, they also changed their orb into a TND orb, including block orbs, which is really great. Powerhouse characters are really great because early game and free to play, you can obtain a lot of really great powerhouse characters for free, which is really nice. So really nice characters to have in general, especially early game. But even late game, they still clear a lot of content. There's some content that they can't clear because powerhouse subs aren't always the best, but they still are relatively really good. And then last in the S tier, we have Neko and Inu. Really great unit. Later game, they do suffer a little bit just because not a lot of HP, and then they don't output a lot of damage compared to other legends, but they are still really great. They are attack boost, color affinity, and attack boost, color affinity, and orb boost all in one, which is really great. If you hit 2 perfects, you get a 2.25 orb boost for cerebral and striker characters, which is really nice. Their swap ability, though, completely removes despair, and then also removes orb seal, but they don't give themselves a matching orb, which is another downfall from them compared to other dual units. They're the only one that doesn't give themselves a matching orb. Like, why? But they also remove 1 turn of paralysis in their swap ability, which is really nice. Cerebral and striker characters also have really great amount of free-to-play units that can be obtained easily, so you can always get them really nicely and have a great team that can carry you for early game to intermediate to end game. So that's why they're really nice units. So is there anything you would like to add?
I guess for Lucy. Yeah, nah, just what you said, to be honest. And yeah, Wargo, I mean, if your playstyle is slower, then I think that he would probably be higher for you. But honestly, not everybody likes to sit playing OPTC for more than like 2 minutes a stage, 3 minutes, 4 minutes a stage.
Yeah.
And V2 Shanks is so underappreciated. Like, I'll never understand why people don't use him that much. He's so good, like as a sub and as a captain still.
Yeah.
I don't see him anymore. Lace, people sleep on him too. They act like just because Saba Koala came out that he just faded into irrelevance. And Saba Koala, I wrote down for, you know, when I was talking about the little pros and cons thing that you wanted.
Yeah.
I wrote down in the cons that it was like tedious as hell, but I just said like that they don't have DR.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I was like, like that's not really a big deal. But whatever. Sanji Judge is so good, but now I think they're a better sub now, I guess, for Kaido than anything. But they're still really strong caps, like on Colors. And on Inu Neko, the fact that they don't boost HP or have any damage reduction in what, like, destroys them in in-game content, but they're so good. Like, if you're not fighting something tough, because they just do so much.
Yeah. Alright.
Fighting something tough, it's over, bro. If somebody hits you for 20k, it's over.
Alright, moving to S+. So, who is an S+ if we have all these big players up here? Well, we have Kaido, and I'm gonna explain why Kaido is an S+, so hold your horses, commenters. We have Whitebeard V2. Alright, Corey, don't get mad at me here. Whitebeard V2, he's in S+. We have Ace V2. Ace V2 is good stuff. We have...
Put my boy in there. Kung Fu Luffy, bro.
Yeah, I have to put
You
Kung
put my
Fu
boy
Luffy.
in there, bro. Can't wait until he comes to fucking JP, bro, in like 2 years. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, bro.
Alright, we also have Carrot, Goat, and then we have V2 Katakuri. Where is this boy? Bam. Alright, let's move these boys up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, the 6 Hokages and S+.
What?
So, first off, we have Kaido. Kaido, really powerful. He just does a retarded amount of damage. I think it's 400 or 800 times his attack. I forget the number.
You want me to check, huh?
Yes. I can check.
Bro, just tell me.
Yeah, just check for me, please.
400 times.
Yeah, 400 times. Nice. Yeah, 400 times is a damage just every turn forever unless the boss removes it or someone removes it, which is just stupid. And then you can just reapply it again with a special and then do a 20% HP cut at the beginning of every turn that goes before immunity, before the only special damage debuff. Is just stupid. Kaido's a stupid character, bro. Really powerful captain for striker and powerhouse characters. Just if you have them, you're gonna clear a lot of content relatively easy, but you'll also suffer a little bit, especially as a beginner, because you won't have your cooldowns, and if cooldowns are relatively important for the
He's
content.
about to have 23 cooldown units, and Kaido's gonna be breezing through the content.
Like if you want to farm a really great Coliseum, such as Coliseum Magellan, I have bad news for you. You probably don't want to deal it with Kaido on Chaos. You probably want to consider doing it on Underground, just because Kaido, he just blows through the whole thing and you won't be able to stall. That's one of the reasons why we put him at S plus instead of SS, just because for a lot of early game players, you won't have your specials up, so he'll just be a lot more difficult to clear. Harder and more intermediate content that requires you to have specials up, or else you'll die, or you just won't be able to clear it in a timely manner. So that's why Kaido is an S plus, but still really great character. You can farm a lot of characters with him. For him that work really well for him, really easily, and you can make great teams with him, but just that he blows through everything with no remorse just is a big drawback for him. Next up we have V2 Whitebeard, who is just really powerful, really consistent character as well, to my surprise. He's a low HP captain, however, which could be a bit difficult for newer players, but playing with the HP isn't too bad, especially when we finally get the Strength Ace that Global has. It'll be really great for Whitebeard. But overall, Whitebeard's really great. Same classes as Kaido. You can run basically the same units that you will run on Kaido, on Whitebeard, and clear a lot of content. He's a 2x attack booster for powerhouse and strikers, and he gives a 0.9 chain, and under 30% he removes 20 turns of the spear, and also he puts a 95% damage reduction shield, which is stupid. Really powerful unit overall. Really nice unit. I admit I slept on him in the past, but I like him now. Next up we have V2 Ace, really powerful unit. He is a 4x captain for fighters and shooters, 1.5 HP boost, and he removes 10 turns of special rewind and 10 turns of silence in his captain ability, which is really strong. Only things that really hold him back, I guess, would be that shooter characters don't really have the best subs, but fighters as well, but he can still work relatively well in both early game, intermediate game, and in-game content. So as long as you farm up those good fighter and shooter characters, you can clear a lot of content with them really well. Next up we have is KFL, or Kung Fu Luffy. Really great unit. He's a 3.5 captain, universal for everyone if you hit 5 perfects in a row. I forget his exact multiplier. I think he's base 3x, something like that. Can we know expert? Yeah, KFL.
You mean God?
Bruh. Shout out Godot OPTC.
Bruh. My bad, bro. Fucking database. Fucking Solaris.
Yo, Solaris, fix your database.
3.5 after the second perfect, 4
Oh.
times after fifth.
Oh, 4x. My bad. My bad. Alright. So he's way better
Come on,
than
man.
I'm saying.
Come on, man.
My
There's a
bad.
reason why I'm telling you this.
My bad. I was reading the wrong database. Anyways, really great character. All the things he suffers from is similar to Akainu barriers. If there's like 3 good or great barriers, you're gonna kind of struggle against that. It's gonna be like, I'm not doing enough damage, but he still clears a lot of content really well. Like I said before, shout out to Godot. He clears a lot of content with KFL, so if you want to see the man in action, you should check out that YouTube channel. But still, really great character overall. KFL is 1.75 attack boost for 2 turns, which universal, which is really great. And he also puts up threshold damage reduction. I don't know how much it is, but it's really great unit. I play with him a little bit, but yeah, KFO, really great unit. Next up, we have is Carrot. Carrot, really great unit. She's a Forex captain to characters that have both the classes of fighter, slasher, shooter, striker, and cerebral. So really great unit. She can go through barriers and defensive effects, except for increased defense. So really great unit. Unlike Kaido, she doesn't blow through everything, but she does reduce the cool. Oh, I forgot to say for Kaido, he reduces the cooldowns for your crew, but since you're gonna be early game, you're not gonna have those cooldowns still. But yeah, but Carrot, she also reduces cooldowns by 2 as well for the whole crew. Really great. She's a 2x or booster for the classes that she boosts, and she also what does she do? She reduces cooldowns by 2, which is really great. And then if she's a sub, she swaps herself with the captain, so then you can like go through barriers with her without having to use her as a captain. But the only thing that's a problem with her is she is on the 12 turn cooldown. After the 12 turns, she reverts into blonde Carrot, which kind of sucks, but she is still decent. I think she's like 2.5 for the classes that she boosts, which is mad, but usually when you're clearing content with Carrot, you are clearing it within the 12 turns, so you don't have to worry about that. But she's still really great character. Only things that hold her back is the 12 turn cooldown, and also that she can't take damage reduction or anything. The only thing that she can do is use a resilient special, and that's because she works similar to Blackbeard, who also can't take any damage reduction specials, but only resilience, which kind of sucks since she goes through barriers, but then you can't like do damage reduction. But that's fine, and so that she can't go through increased defense, but it's fine because there's plenty of increased defense removers that work really well with Carrot. Next up, we have V2 Katakuri, and he's the last one in the S+. Really great character. He boosts the classes of Driven, Slasher, Fighter, Shooter, and Powerhouse. Yeah, that's all of them. Really great character. He after you take damage each turn, he heals 50% of that in the following turn, which is really nice. And then his special ability is he applies the damage that he's taken throughout the quests, and then he just shoots it at them, and then they just die. You can max it at I think it's like 8 million, 4 million, something like that, 5 million. No, it's like 6 million, right?
6 million?
Yeah, that's how much damage he can deal. AoE.
Also, yeah, my bad. Baker just texted me. I was like, what the hell?
Ah, bruh. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 mil.
6 mil, and then that damage can be applied as tap time and bonus. I mean, additional damage, and I think at 6 mil it becomes 18 million. Is that the correct number? Did they say?
Yeah, wait. What do you mean?
Isn't his tap time and bonus more? It's like 18 million. Or
No, it's in 3 million edition.
it's
The
3
amount
million.
of damage possible. Yeah, it says possible caps at damage taken, so 6 mil. No, yeah, I think you're right. Something close to that.
All right. Well, yeah, we have that, and only problems with V2 Katakuri is that also he works similar to Carrot, so you need to have both of those classes to get the boost. He also has like base color affinity, which is really nice, but it also can be a downside because you might not deal enough damage. It might be a bit slower runs because you're not dealing enough damage to the enemies just because of color affinity, and then also another downside for this Katakuri is that he, what does he do? What does he do? What is it? He's a little bit slow since you want to use a special. You have to take damage, and that takes some time to accumulate the damage. So some runs take a while, but you can clear content relatively fast without a special. And also, he gets 2 debuffs applied to him. There's the only regular damage debuff where his special gets basically irrelevant, and then there's also the new debuff that completely removes the accumulated damage from his special, which really sucks for him, but he still kicking a lot of content's ass, so really great unit overall. Is there anything that you would like to say?
I guess for Kaido, fast, and for for Kaido, I don't know if you felt this at all, but I don't really like using him. Like, do you feel that or no? Or am I just fucking weird?
It depends on the content. Like, sometimes he just washes it completely and it's fine, but
I just feel like it's boring, bro. Maybe it's because he doesn't. But yeah, I think he's solid if you play around that CD reduction, but not for newer players. I guess if they're trying harder content, it's really hard to use them.
Yeah.
And for Whitebeard, he's so consistent. I don't know how he's so good, and we thought he wasn't, but he clears a lot. And we like low HP captains, they're usually not that consistent, but he's really powerful. I don't know how he does that. Ace is broken. I feel like what you were gonna say about fighter subs, shooter subs, I feel like, since Ace covers silence, I feel like that's what fighters, shooters, they really do lack the units for that. And then they have like an abundance of bind, despair, paralysis, threshold removers already.
Yeah.
They don't really need, like, the fact that Ace gets rid of silence is great, and rewind.
Yeah, rewind's crazy.
He's like what they that's Ace is what they need. And KFL is good, really good for new players and old players, veterans. Carrot is amazing. V2 Kata is slow, but he still does, he does kick a lot of content. But yeah, he's just slow. 10 minutes.
Alright, and now the moment is here. Who is SS? Well, not a Nazi, but SS. So, who is in the SS tier? We have Bullet. I have to put Bullet in this tier, bro. I'm forced to put him here. I wanted to put him in S+, but can't do him like that. No, I'm joking. Don't take me serious here. We have Luffy, of course. Always gonna be SS. He'll never fall. Then we have Sloofy or Stampy Luffy in 6+ Kata Curry V1. Where's Kata? And then who else do we have here? Old Man Gear 4 V2 and Snake Man. These are your SS contestants.
Bruh. Alright, so you wanna both talk about the same unit?
Okay.
Alright, bro. Alright, I'm gonna come out and say it to all your viewers, bro. You know what I'm about to say?
Bruh.
Bullet is better than Luffy.
Alright, bro, I'm ending this video and cutting that part out. Bruh.
But for real, he's amazing. He's so good for any type of play.
Yeah.
He's just retarded.
Yeah, Bullet is crazy. But Bullet, not Rainbow Captain. Captain for strength, quick, and int characters. He gives himself a 4.5 boost, and then a 6+ a 4.75 boost to himself, which is crazy. And then what was it for the crew? 4x? 4x for the crew, which is really solid. No, not even solid, it's great. My bad. Anyways, his special ability is really crazy. When you pop that bad boy, it does 20% HP cut that goes through barriers, which is really great. And also deals, how much does it deal? I forget the amount. 2 times.
What do you mean? Like his damage? Oh,
yeah.
2 times damage. No. By this character with normal attacks.
Yeah, it does 2 times the amount of damage he does when he hits that he does. Like, oh my god, it's really retarded. He's such a great character. Really powerful. Yeah, that's all I can say about him. Next up we have Big Boy Luffy. I love Luffy. Don't come at me. Anyways, 4.5 Captain.
On the list it's different, remember?
Oh yeah, that's because I just pulled it up randomly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but next up we have Luffy, really powerful character. 4.5 Universal Captain, really great. 2.25 orb boost. Why am I selling them short? Yeah, 2.5 orb boost, bruh. Makes quick and dex orbs beneficial for the whole crew. Swap ability is crazy. Goes through all defensive effects. Gives himself a matching orb. Removes slot and orb seal. Also gives himself a self 2x attack boost, which is really crazy. Really nice units. They also have really nice base forms that allow them to heal and also deal a lot of damage, which is really nice as well. Luffy is really great for beginner players. Only weaknesses I would say are that they're Luffy's really, and there's so many Luffy characters that you can pair with them. What else can I say? Not being Inter-Psi can sometimes be a problem with their swap ability, and 2x you might not deal. It might not be a lot sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really suffered through that problem, but maybe later on in the future it might be a problem, but we'll have to see later on. Next up we have is Stamp Luffy, really great unit. Basically Bullet, but not Bullet. Boosts the classes of Psi, Dex, and Strength. 4.5 Captain to himself and 4x for the crew. His special though is Doo-Doo. Just as a self 2x, 2.5 and attack boost and orb boost to Luffy, and then he also gets the V2 Big Mom additional damage if you're above a certain amount of HP, which is really cool for him, but for the crew it's like boost us, Luffy-san. But anyways, he's really great as well because he also he removes 10 turns of paralysis and despair, which is really great. Really powerful character overall. Next up, 6 plus V1 Katakuri. Really powerful unit, boosts the class as a striker, powerhouse. Cerebral, slasher, and driven. Really great 6 plus. He boosts those classes if you have, he's a 3.8 captain if you have both of those classes as a character. So he's really great. If you hit 1 million damage at least, he delays, and then if you hit 2 million damage that turn, he delays through immunities, which is really great. His special ability also, if you hit 3 perfects, he on the following turn gives a 2x conditional delay attack boost for enemies that are delayed. So it works really hand in hand with his captain ability. So he's a really powerful unit. He also does 100 times his damage in his special, which is really great, and basically guarantees the delay through immunity, which is really nice about him. Next up, we have V2 Gear 4, really powerful unit. He is 4.25 captain after you eat 8 meat orbs, and that's 4.25 to himself, and then he's 4x for the crew. But if you don't eat 4 meat orbs, he becomes a 4x captain for the whole crew, and he's really great. He's a 2x attack booster for the whole crew, and he's a and he also makes meat orbs. And does he make all orbs beneficial, or is that Snake Man only?
For Gear 4 V2?
Yeah.
For what? When he's
his special.
Oh. He makes RCV and TND beneficial.
Okay. And then he has like 3 orbs that are beneficial as a captain, right?
Yeah, strength, quick side.
Yeah, so really great unit overall. Global players are able to re-roll for him really easy in the Straw Hat multi, so really nice character. He's still a really powerful unit today, and that's why I put him all the way up in the SS for beginners. And then we have Snake Man, such a great unit. Do you want to talk about Snake Man? I know you've been dying to talk about Snake Man.
I was dying to talk about bullets so I could say that line, but
Bruh.
Snake Man Snake Man is the epitome of a fucking, like, I don't know, like a legend that never dies, honestly. I don't see him ever dropping. He's just that versatile. I see him surviving for so this meta, just cause he's fast. He outputs a lot of damage. He's pretty defensive when he wants to be. He can stall. He has just so much going on for this special. He could dodge orb bosses. It's just his special, like the chain boosting effect, rainbow, makes all orbs beneficial besides TND RCV, but you could just use like a ship like Zudishi to get around that to make them all beneficial. He's just insane.
Yeah, Snake Man, really powerful unit. Honestly, one of the best, the best 6+ honestly of all time. So really great. Do you want to finish talking about these SS units?
V1 Kata is better than V2. Stamp Luffy. Stamp Luffy's pretty good. It's just that his special could have been better, but it is nice in some situations, like Colo Wars. Luffy, second best, but he's still cool. I guess his only weakness would be like this is tedious as fuck, but Hussein, I'ma take it. That he struggles a little bit, I guess, on content that counters or boosts, but not really, because you could just get around that with your subs. I don't even know why that point was brought up by him. That's really tedious. And Gear 4, he's just slow, I think.
Yeah.
He's like V2 Kata, he's just slow. Snake Man is just so much faster. And I think that's it.
Alright. That's gonna wrap it
Oh,
up
wait.
for. Oh, never mind.
6-star bullet, you put him there?
Yeah, just because people won't have the plus, maybe. Because the island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, his attack animation is so bad. I hate that shit, dude. I can't hit perfects with 6-star bullet. It's horrible. I don't know. It's just slow. Like his big ass hands, bro.
And then he doesn't say, Yonko! Roger!
Bruh, dude.
Alright. I think this is gonna wrap up this tier list for beginner players. Let's add this. Oh, actually, I'm not logged in. Alright, no, I'm not logged in. Anyways, I'll log in maybe, and then I'll post it so you guys can see it. And then you can comment on it or whatever. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks, Varix, for coming with me to talk about these nice legends for beginners. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Good luck.
You know, I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Alright. And